Hi guys, another episode of the Jimmy and Pauly Show. We're going to talk about a little bit. It's football season.
Well,
It's football season.
clearly evidenced by his apparel.
Yeah, clearly evidence that I'm not well. Never have been.
They haven't been relevant for how long?
It's just Chucky left.
Wow.
I guess he's back.
Chucky's back.
Chucky's back.
I don't know, man. I'm not sold on the Raiders.
Yeah, well, you will be soon.
Anyways, you know what I want to talk
You
about?
saw the usual freaking things. The Patriots.
No. Buffalo Bills.
They fucking suck.
Naughty boy, this Buffalo Bill. Where's that from?
Silence of the Lambs.
Very good.
Yeah.
No, but speaking of the
Buffalo
NFL
Bill.
season, here's what I want to bring up. Everybody's talking about Andrew Luck retiring. What do you think about that?
Well, we touched a little bit on. Remember when we did the episode on parents thinking that their little Johnny's going to be their ticket, and then one of the things that Keta said is that I don't think that people really know or understand unless you've been at the higher levels. Okay, certainly if you've played pro, you would definitely understand the pressures and the different environment that are associated, the stress that's associated with having to perform. Now, of course, if your body, especially with football, you're having a lot of injuries, and
Gronkowski retired because of that.
yeah, but Gronkowski's, not that
They're both the same age.
Andrew Luck is not a smart guy, but we're going to talk about each one of them individually, of course, but you got to be smart about it. Take the fucking money and go, But then again, I think that Andrew Luck left some listen, I'm not his psychiatrist. I'm not his father.
Right.
I'm not his brother. I don't know. This would be just strictly, this is arm check psychiatry. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
This is fucking as worthless as tits out of the board. But I will guess.
Is this your Freudian theory? Sigmund Freud theory?
Something like that. Yeah. But I would guess that I think Andrew Luck feels as though that he has left a lot of unfinished business on the table. And I would argue that he has, because the injuries have stopped him from doing what he really needed to do.
He loves the game.
Yeah, he loves the game. Again, we talked about children and going to sports, and you have to understand, in order to make it there, these guys have been playing the sport, that particular sport, so we're young kids all their lives. And then, of course, at some point, they make it to the pros. It's always a pipe dream, whether you follow the dream or not. Look, didn't Luck go to Stanford, right?
Yeah. And here's the other part. Luck's father.
You know what's funny about him is that a little sidebar. You know the caveman commercial?
So easy a caveman could do it?
Yeah. You know the cave, right? They have to make up the guy to look like fucking caveman, right? He fucking looks like a caveman. He is the poster boy for being the dumbest looking fucker known to man.
And a
But the guy's really smart.
And a great guy.
Great guy, right. But he's got that fucking rail. Like, you think he's gonna fucking bite you and shit?
His teeth, man. You could eat an apple through a picket fence.
Yeah. And then if I was him, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have had the beard. I've never seen a guy without a beard. So
You think he gets laid though, even how he looks like
it
that?
doesn't fucking matter.
No.
If you got that kind of money, you're that kind of popular. You get
But what do you say? Are you saying women are shallow? They're going to go for the money? And
a lot of them are.
Wow. No, but here's my thing with
Dude, I
Luck.
don't give a shit what they think. You want to know something? You women can write me all you want. I got millions of fucking proof. Millions of proof that women are shallow. Okay, go after the money. Okay, we're gonna talk about it.
That'll be another.
Another episode. We're gonna talk about Epstein. Okay.
Oh,
all right. Oh yeah, he's a bad guy. Of course, he's a bad guy. What guy was gonna do what he did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But what about them? What would they fucking looking at? And where are their parents at 14 years old? She's going over to fucking Sex Island, going on a private jet with a guy. They were selling their fucking daughters. They were selling themselves.
How about those little boys going to Michael Jackson's house in Neverland Ranch?
Right. Where were they? Those parents. Anyways,
Go play with Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. So yeah.
But here's my thing with Luck. First of all, Luck is more educated than most guys who play in the league because his father was a quarterback in the NFL. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Oliver Luck, right.
I do remember the name now. You must hold on a minute. I got to turn on some light. I think it's a little dark in here. Go ahead.
He was a journeyman. But he played in the NFL, so he knows what it takes, the commitments, the sacrifice. So Andrew grew up with that.
Okay.
Right? Now he's on the NCAA committee, Oliver Luck.
Okay.
But anyway, the unfinished business. Now, injuries took its toll. Last 3 or 4 years, the guy wasn't having fun because he was rehabbing all the time.
Correct.
He's only 29 years old, and he called it quits. Here's what I have a problem. Now, he knows his body. The fun for the game was gone because of all the rehab work that he's done. We only see Sundays. We see game day. How exciting it is. What a glamorous sport. You played college ball.
Right.
It is brutal. On your body, the practices.
It's fucking brutal.
I
won't let my kids anywhere near football.
You know,
and I'm not going to get a lot of flack with that, but I'm going to tell you right now.
A lot of football players.
No, I'm going to tell you right now. I did not finish my college career. Okay, I think I was, I don't know, at the risk of being arrogant or whatever. I think I especially back in the day, because of the USFL, I think there was more opportunity to go pro. I think I probably could have played pro ball if I stuck with it. As it is, I can't even. I'll be honest with you. I cannot even imagine the pain that some of these guys go through. And that have played pro, that finished their college career and played pro, okay, for an X amount of years. And I'm going to tell you why. I did not finish my college career. I quit football. And I'm going to tell you right now is that we had, I've had ankle surgery, back surgery. I have fused vertebrae in my neck, knee surgery. Am I missing something? And, I think that's...
Did you have your head examined?
Well, I've had concussions up to yin yang, dude. I had one major one that to this day I remember. I mean, major concussion action. I mean...
While you were playing?
Yeah. Oh,
Who hit you?
No. Not when I was playing. Got knocked out.
Like...
Tony Lilly. Remember Tony Lilly?
For the Broncos.
For the Broncos. He was a heavy-duty hitter. He was at safety. Okay?
But he was a white guy playing safety. Come on, how good can he be?
The guy was good. He was. I think he ended up being all-pro, didn't he?
He was, yeah.
He was awesome. And I think it was me, him, and somebody else collided, the three of us. And I know I got knocked out. I was fucking out cold. Because I was fast, as you remember. We talked about that. And I'm not going to back down. I just was going at full speed. I weighed at the time, I think maybe 197.
But back then...
Yeah, but I was fucking...
Terry Metcalf back in the 80s was, back in the late 70s with the St. Louis Cardinals. Mm-hmm. He was at 185 running back.
Well, I had to build weight, as you know. I was very small. I was, 65 in high school, something like that? Yeah, something like that. 165, 170. So I had to put some weight on. Anyways, but it's not about me. But the point is, as little as I played at that level, and the injuries that I had, I can't even imagine some of the injuries and the impact, especially in today's day and age, where the players are faster and bigger. I mean,
faster players.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to you, Andy. Faster players.
Who said that, though, Jim?
Andy, our buddy Andy.
No, but who was the NFL guy? Jim Moore? Was that? In the post-game interview, Jim Moore?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was him with the playoffs. That's the one.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking playoffs.
Playoffs. That's the one he did more. But anyways, you see, you just threw me off my train of thought.
To the injuries. To how big the players are hitting.
Yeah, the size and speed of the players. Because people used to ask me all the time, what do you see the difference? And the speed and the size. No, let me just redefine that. What to this day amazes me is how a big guy can run that fast. Okay, as a guy who was a speedster, okay, I could see somebody running fast. I can relate to that, right? But seeing somebody that's over 300 pounds running a 5-second or 5-1 a 40-yard dash.
But not only that, not only straight line running, they chase the quarterback by
beyond that. Just
the mobility.
Just straight line speed. Is just amazing. And that's when I went. Well, that was many, many moons ago when I played. Nowadays, you're seeing guys that are they're abominations. They're abominations.
Well, first of all, back then, if you're 250, you'll be put on the defensive line or the offensive line, right? Now, if you're 250, you'll be considered a small linebacker.
Right.
They got safeties that are 230, 240 sometimes.
Well, no. What was interesting is I don't know. I forget what Tony or Lily Wade back there. We talked about that, and that was but he was a tremendous hitter. But people used to ask, well, who hits the hardest? Well, what's the most painful? And the assumption is that the 300-pound guy,
right,
is the one that hits you the hardest. That's not true. But the safety hits the hardest because he's got momentum, right?
Not only that, but you're held up by the ankles. You know,
whatever. He's got momentum. The second most painful hit is the linebacker at the line of scrimmage. You got linebackers that are, well, back then they used to weigh maybe 220, 225. Yeah. You had the likes of, say, Wilbur Marshall, somebody like that, who was just a sculpted man. I mean, he was
granite,
dude. He was ridiculous. Anyways, but you meet somebody like that full speed because you got the ball and you're going through the line of scrimmage full tilt and he's going full tilt to stuff the hole. And anyways, and you collide. That's a second. But the big guys, it was. Dude, it's like having a car because people would lay on top of you, and if you didn't move the ball away from your stomach,
the pilot,
the pilot, but you fell at the ball, you could breathe. You could really, and then trust me when I tell you, they take their fucking time getting up.
Do they?
Oh yeah, they give you the fucking business. That's normal.
In the face, poking your eyes. But so anyway, go back.
The worst was fucking twist the ankles. Anyways, go ahead.
Back to the injuries thing.
Yeah.
So Andrew Luck, he's in the news now, so we talk about him. There's guys. Jim Brown retired at the prime of his career. He was young. Barry Sanders retired at, I think, 30 or 31 years old. Calvin Johnson, one of the best receivers ever, retired early, right? I don't think people understand the toll that the game takes, as you were just explaining. Now, the guys that last a long time in this league.
The guys that fly
Scarface. The guys that last a long time.
Let me tell you something, Tony.
Don't be a hassa.
Don't be a hassa. You know what a hassa is, Tony? It's a pig that don't fly straight.
But here's the thing.
The guys are last and the guys that fly straight. You got that? I got that, Frank.
Elvira. You want Elvira.
That's it. Oh my God.
So, greatest movie ever, by the way, Scarface.
All right, so go ahead.
No, but the guys that last a long time are the guys that don't, they talk about running backs that know how to, you never get a clean shot at them, a.k.a. like Barry Sanders. You never get a clean shot because they know how to deflect, absorb the hit. Guys that initiate contact, like Earl Campbell, didn't back away. He wanted to contact. He didn't. Look at him now. He can barely walk.
Why did Barry Sanders quit in the peak of his career? Do you know?
Well, we don't know. There's the internal.
Well, we don't know, right? We don't know. Nobody really knows.
Internal
There's
strife.
all kinds of speculation about why he quit.
Right.
I'm going to tell you why. I think Barry was a really smart guy. I think he saw the handwriting on the wall. And I hear what you're saying about being an elusive player and all that sort of stuff. And the guys that last, I don't think it has anything to do with it. And I'm going to tell you why. You can't escape the hitting anymore. The speed is so great. That if you lose it from the second guy, the first guy, the second guy, the third guy, somebody's going to clean your clock. Okay? That's why you see a lot of them stepping out of bounds. Dude, back in the day...
That was embarrassing.
You don't step out of bounds.
No.
You're fucking crazy. You're carrying the ball. You got to step out of bounds. There was coaches that bite your fucking head off, dude. The old-time coaches.
They grab your face mask.
The old-time coaches, dude, you step out of bounds as a running back. What? But you see that common practice, And then it got to the point where, wait a minute, you can't bitch at the guy. He's trying to save his career.
Well, let's take that. Let's take it to the extreme. 30, 40, 50 years ago, the old days, the Steelers, the Steel Curtain, the Raiders, all those great teams. When a guy came out of college, you play in the bowl game where you play whatever All-Star game you're invited, the North, East, West Bowl,
whatever, yeah.
North, South, blah,
Jerky off bowl, whatever.
Right.
Fucking bowls,
Toilet bowl.
Yeah.
But you played in that to showcase yourself. Now, people are sitting out bowl games / playoff games because they want to save their career. Right. They don't want to get injured on the last game of their college season.
And it has happened many times.
And it has happened.
Career over.
Now they're doing him way more than ever. Guys are sitting out.
Remember Perry, right? Remember golfer Perry?
Yeah.
My buddy Perry. Buddy Perry. And he was going to be a pro hockey player.
Great player.
Fantastic player. Blew his shoulder out. Like at the end. Okay, so. Speaking
of shoulders and athletes, Brian Bosworth had his shoulders insured with Lloyd's of London for $9 million way back.
Right. Smart.
And then he cashed out because he got his shoulders hurt. And
he wasn't dumb.
After he was run over by Bo Jackson, of course.
That was great.
How about when he was trying to catch Bo on a 90-yard run? A white guy chasing a black guy? Come on. Let's be realistic, Brian.
But dude. Yo, Bosworth. I never liked Bosworth for a variety of reasons. I think he showed his colors when I guess he used to work for, I forget.
Oh, I know.
I may be misquoted, but it was General Motors in Nebraska. He played for Nebraska, okay?
No, Oklahoma.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, there was, I guess, a plant out there that he used to work at, in high school, to make extra money. And he said I think it was a Sports Illustrated article.
Yeah.
Okay, that he said that he used to put like a washer or bolt inside the fender, okay, before they welded it together, so that way there would be a rattle noise that they couldn't find. What kind of a fucking dick would do that? That shows you the quality of the person.
Well, the mindset.
The mindset of the person.
That's a piece of shit.
And the guy acted like a piece of shit his entire career.
But he's an actor now, come to think of it.
No,
No, I know. So let's go.
He tried his bit at acting.
No, he does those bid movie roles, tough guy roles.
I don't know. I've never seen him in ages, dude.
So,
anyways, go ahead.
Let's go back to the injury part.
Injury idiot.
So here's my thing with Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Right. I respect the guy's decision to walk away from a game that he loves because he wasn't having fun anymore. The toll that the injuries took, the rehab, it's mentally draining.
Well, it's a psychological reason that he's walking away. You know that, right?
No. But let me. His timing of the announcement, 10 days before the season opener.
I have a problem with that.
A week before that, he was talking about being ready for the season opener, and so on and so forth. Now the Colts stepped up. They are honoring
his contract, yeah.
And they're letting him keep the bonus that they gave him, which is 10, 12, 13 million, whatever it was.
Right.
But here's what's unfair.
I'll address both of those points. But
how do you think his teammates feel?
All right, look, like anything else, and I know you guys are not going to like it, but it goes in politics, it goes in sports, it goes in companies, because sports is a business now, right? I mean, it always has been, really. It became
$multi-billion
of business. It's a corporate decision. You have to come out and you have to toe, as they say, the company line. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think their teammates feel any different because the other guy was taking all the snaps for the starting offense anyways. I forget the guy's name. And I think internally, all the Colts knew what he was struggling with, okay? The decision and what was going on with his, in spite of what he was saying in public. You have to say the right things in public. You know how the fucking press is. They'll jump all over that shit and speculate and blah, 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 blah. So you have to, I guess in simple terms, was he lying when he was talking to the press about being ready for the season and all that sort of stuff? He has to. You have to do what you're supposed to do. You have to be a company man, okay? And I'll go on the limb and I'll say this, that we've talked about businesses are businesses, okay? If he had really wronged the Colts, they wouldn't have been as generous as they were, okay? I think this was something that was possibility lingering there. I think this was negotiated for a while. And it was one of those things like, let me try. Let's see. Let me try. Let me see if I can get it done. Okay? And he couldn't. And, had the guy, his mental health was suffering because of it. That's what people don't understand. If the guy fucking offed himself, like I saw that, somebody said that somewhere. If the guy had offed himself, people would go, why didn't he go to somebody and seek help?
Right.
Well, he fucking is. Now. And you fucking people booed him?
Did you see the
What
guy?
a bunch of fucking dickheads.
The guy took off one of the fans took off the jersey and went like this as he was walking off the field. He's looking at Andrew like, "What the hell? What the fuck's going on?"
Well, he's a fucking idiot. Okay.
Now, all the players that chimed in.
But these are ignorant people.
No.
They don't understand the sacrifices that have been made.
The general public, of course not.
Yeah, they don't understand.
All the other NFL players that chimed in on the retirement all applaud his decision.
Exactly. Because a lot of them have been in that situation. Okay? There's guys like fucking Earl Campbell. He can barely walk, if he can walk at all. I think he might be in the wheelchair. Okay, he's in the wheelchair. People with concussions. How many people have offed themselves because of brain damage? How many people have died?
And that's one of the ones we know about.
Yes, yes. The big names. The big names. You never hear about the little guy. The guy that played 2 or 3 years, okay? He was a second string defensive back or what have you, played on special teams with fucking massive collisions, had 3-4 concussions, and then, he had to call it quits. And he doesn't even, maybe he hadn't even qualified for a pension. What is it? You have to play a few years before you qualify for a pension, right? Okay? Yeah, and then they're starving. Some of them are homeless. Okay? Some of them are homeless. Okay? So, dude, there's so many guys that are out there. That's why I don't want to let my kids anywhere near fucking football.
But
both of them got fucking arms like crazy, right? But they're little. Besides that, they're little.
Okay, but hold on. So, why do guys... Everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's taking the abuse, the punishment, some more than others.
Right.
Now, my contention is the reason is more guys are not calling it quits because they need the money. They need the money. They're hanging as long as they can to collect a paycheck. Right? Because first of all, they're dumb as shit. Right? As soon as they sign a big contract, they buy a car, a house, jewelry, all their friends are taken care of, and they listen to their friends for financial advice. Big mistake.
Well, let me just, I want to address that because I think the average person doesn't know what's involved here.
Oh, no, yeah. But here's my thing with Luck. Luck's father was very smart. Luck's father knew. Luck's not hurting financially, trust me.
Well, let's just say he didn't make it. Would he be hurting financially?
No. He's smart enough to...
No. He went to Stanford.
Yep.
Got an education.
Yep.
Okay, but I don't know what his major was. Could have been basketball even. Maybe you know. Okay? Just because you went to Stanford doesn't mean fuck all. Okay?
Right.
Everybody's gone through college. Whereas me, Joe Green went through college. And then when he was in the pros, he came out that he couldn't even read. Okay? Because they pushed him right through.
Dexter Manley couldn't even write his own name.
Couldn't even write.
All pro.
So that don't mean shit. But let me tell you this. I'm going to tell you guys something that y'all don't know. Dirty little secret, right? We're talking about sports and money and what it takes for money. And then money's always been, is a huge factor, if not the determining factor in decisions.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So earlier we were talking about I could have, would have, should have, right? About me, right? So why? Yeah, I can just see the email going, why didn't you, fuckhead? Right? Yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Legitimate question. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. We all woulda, coulda, shoulda. The older we get, the better we used to be, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay. I can understand that, and I can respect that. But look, I'm going to tell you what. There's two kinds of guys that play, I can only talk about football, okay? I can't talk about other sports. They're a little bit different, and I didn't play other sports at that level, so I would know the answer. But I would imagine it might actually be very, very similar. Usually, you have, let me just tell you how this used to be. You take the first available class in the morning, right? I think, this was so long ago.
You're talking college?
Yeah. You used to have to be done with all your schoolwork at 2 o'clock. You could go down, get changed, get ready for a position meeting, team meeting, and a practice. Okay? This was serious fucking business. This is not a fucking joke, okay? Especially
how long did the practice last?
I would get home at 8:30 at night.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on.
Every day?
Every day. And my chemistry professor said that I had 5 hours of homework just in his class. Now, you ever, I think they stopped this. I mean, you watch a lot more football than I do nowadays, especially college. For some reason, I was never into watching college ball, only because I know that there's too much emotion involved with it. And
that's what I like about it.
You could go either way, whatever. I'm just not a fan. Anyways, not a big fan. Anyways, I'll watch the big games, But anyways, the argument was, remember, do they still, when they introduce players, did they say their major? I think they stopped doing that, right?
They stopped doing that.
Right. You know why? Because
it's embarrassing. That's why.
Yeah, right. So-and-so, criminology. So-and-so, basket weaving. So-and-so, fucking sewing.
Public relations.
Public relations. Every bullshit major you could ever fucking imagine. You know why? Because, mine was...
They wouldn't be in that school if they...
Dude, if I had ever done that, which I didn't get a chance to do, it would have been, Jimmy, chemistry. They're going to look, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? You're a fucking chemistry major?
Quantum physics.
Yeah. But because when you have your organic chemistry professor tell you got literally 5 hours of homework a night, and I did, you ain't going to make it. So... You
can't. It's impossible.
So the question is...
How did they get their degree? I don't get it.
The question is, what do you do? What players are out there? I'm going to tell you what players are out there. You got the kids who, whether one way or the other, their future's secured because of their parents. Have a business, have money, okay? Have another avenue. So if the kid doesn't make it, they still have another avenue to make a living for themselves, okay? Because you ain't gonna fucking make a living with a basket weaving major, all right? And then most of the time, you have a lot of the ghetto kids, okay, who are rolling the dice. They want to get out of the hood, right?
Right.
Okay? So it doesn't really matter. And then they'll drift a little into politics, and it's a debatable subject. But I think the perception is, well, if I get a degree, it's too difficult, whether because there's racism applied or whatever. I don't know. I'm guessing here, guys, okay? But for some reason, they're not looking at education as a means of getting out of the ghetto. They're looking at, well, I have a gift of being a great athlete, and that's my ticket out of the ghetto. And they go for it. That's why a lot of them, and people don't know this, a lot of them, if they don't make it, they go back to the ghetto, right? And there's a lot. There's millions of them out there, okay? That didn't make it, and that's what they're doing because they have a bullshit degree that's worthless. Okay, it's a worthless fucking degree. So, and
the ones that did make it didn't save their money.
Well, that's another conversation because I've been through that. Where I had the opportunity at a younger age to make a lot of money, and I thought I was fucking Mr. Big Shot. You know what I mean? But that's another conversation.
I'm gonna give you.
But that's another conversation. But I want to say, so where did I fit in? Well, I was a son of a blue collar guy who was busting his ass, God rest his soul, my father, to provide us with an education and a home, and there was no money there. If I didn't get a proper degree, if I didn't have the proper education, there was no money there. There was no alternative as far as how would I make a living. I would end up homeless, or I would have ended up in the ghetto or whatever. And, as it was, I've had some close calls in my life, where I've lost things and lost businesses and made some bad decisions in my life that almost cost me. I can't even imagine if I didn't have an education or the ability to get out of that mess, where I would have been. So that's the reason why, guys, I had to make a decision at some point. You have to make a decision. Because when you're getting home, I would get home, and my roommate was my brother. And God bless him, he would sit there and he'd make dinner for us and everything, because I'd be exhausted, bro.
And you were in the prime of your shape.
I was. But I'd be exhausted. I mean, my body ached and hurt, and and then of course, man, the sacrifices are just massive, absolutely massive. And to sit there and then, imagine you go through all that, you stick it out, And then you're getting knee, ankles. Some guys
career-ending injury.
It just happens. Gronkowski had the same problem. Okay,
his back.
Right. Okay, and you got to make a decision, and it's hard to make that decision when this is all you've ever wanted. This is all you ever wanted to do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to anybody. Okay, but if I told you,
well, I lie to women all the time.
Well, that's because you're. Dirtbag.
You got to do, you have to get laid, right?
Right. You figure, what's your pencil? But what I'm saying is I'd be lying to you guys if I told you that sometimes I watch football.
Right.
Not so much anymore, but years ago it was guys that I played with that made it to the pros, and I knew where I stood, talent level compared to them, obviously. And if I told you guys that I didn't think that my life would be different, I'd be lying to you. Okay, I'd be lying. Do I see it as an opportunity that I could have been, coulda, woulda, shoulda? Of course, and it's I can't even imagine somebody actually going through the process, making it, being a superstar. In the pros, and then having to walk away from it without accomplishing what the goals that your talent and your opportunity has afforded you to be within your grasp, right? I mean,
the expectations that went along with this.
The expectation,
number one pick,
a lot of pressure. Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're within your grasp, like Super Bowl, and then no, but it's not just pulling it away. Okay, is you got to walk away. The strength of you have to walk away because you can't handle the pressure, or the pressure's too much for you.
Here's my only problem with Andrew walking away is the fact that I really applaud the Colts for stepping up in
their class organization.
They didn't have to do what they did. They stuck with him for the last 3 years. Here's where I'm bothered. The ripple, and the teammates, of course, agree with him. Most NFL players will agree with the decision he made. The ripple effect for the last 5-6 years, or how long he's been in the league, Andrew Luck, they've drafted around him. They've drafted offensive linemen to protect him. They've drafted to build a team around him. So their draft was focused because of Andrew. They've drafted some key pieces around him, whether it's offensive players, skill positions, and so on. So,
excuse me,
bless you. So they've drafted because of Andrew certain positions, left tackle and so on and so forth, being a right-handed quarterback. So this has a ripple effect throughout the whole organization. So now you put a new guy in, whole different skill set, Jacoby Brissett, right?
I've never really seen the guy.
Yeah, he played at NC State. Big athletic black quarterback, right?
Okay, so totally fucking different.
It's a whole different animal.
Totally different route. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, it's like replacing Joe Flacco with what's his name, Jackson.
Yeah.
Lamar.
Yeah, that's another fucking
topic. Yeah. So that's what I have a problem with. He left the organization not in disarray. They're not gonna.
But no. He didn't leave. He didn't leave the organization in disarray. The organization, as I told you, is knowing what was coming down the pike. Okay, they go out and draft a guy who. This is just. I see this. Listen. People always are asking why the Patriots are the Patriots. Okay. Because of the way they draft things. They use their brain, dude. I watch people in the pros. These are big money people, management, coaches, making the stupidest fucking mistakes you ever want to make. Okay? For example, the situation we're talking, you got a prototypical quarterback. Yes, Andrew Luck had some mobility, hence why he's hurt a lot.
Exactly.
Okay?
He liked contact.
He had some mobility. But he is, for all practical purposes, a pocket passer.
Yeah.
A traditional quarterback, okay? Check down, read your
first option, second
option, third option. He would only run when he had to run, okay? He was smart, okay? He's a prototypical quarterback, or prototypically a good quarterback, right? Okay.
Worthy of a number one pick.
So where the fuck are you going with an athlete now? Where are you? No.
Because they make things happen.
No. Where the fuck are you going with a gazelle? Okay? All right? Where are you going? Show me one guy, one athletic guy, a quarterback, okay? Which most of them have to be black. Okay, we're going to talk about all that in a minute. That's been successful running the friggin' ball like that. Show me one. Doug Williams won a Super Bowl. And
pocket passer.
Pocket passer.
Warren Moon, one of the best quarterbacks ever.
One of the best ever. Okay?
Pocket passer.
Pocket passer.
Michael Vick ran. He almost ran for 1,000 yards one year.
Where's he at? Look at you now.
Dog fights? I don't know.
No, he do no dog fights. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Randall Cunningham.
There's another one. Snuck up on people. Okay? 1 year, flash in the pan.
Well, no, Randall played a few years, but...
No. Success-wise.
Donovan McNabb was actually more of a pocket passer.
Yes, he was.
Went to the Super Bowl. Didn't win, but he went.
Yeah, right.
Lamar Jackson, here's the thing. He was, 7-0 at one point last year when he took over for Flacco? Now, why was he 7-0? Because, well, tell me.
What do you mean?
He didn't lose a game until the playoffs.
Because the defense schemes for Flacco, okay? Okay, everything they have is on Flacco. This kid's brand new.
All the game films are on Flacco.
Right. They have no game situations on this kid, okay? He catches him off guard, okay? And they're trying now to scramble and switch their defense that they've been playing all year, okay? And the scheme that they've never seen before. Of course he's going to be successful. But then you notice they're going to shut your ass down afterwards. As soon as they get some game film and they can see defensive coordinator's going to scheme, he's done, okay? So this is just a joke, okay? What makes people think, look.
So now they got rid of Flacco.
So do you want to stay with Andrew Luck or you want to go to quarterbacks and all that? Because I think that's an interesting subject. We got a little bit of time, not much, to talk about that. You want to just go there?
A little both. And I'll tell you, hold your thought. I'm going to tell you.
No, because I got a lot about that subject.
I'm going to tell you a little trivia, and I love trivia, that you didn't know.
Oh, that wouldn't be surprising.
In football.
What?
Tony Dorsett, Dallas Cowboys, actually tried out for the Ottawa Rough Riders in the CFL.
Don't tell me he's a quarterback.
No, Tony Dorsett.
Oh, yeah, I know. I thought he was a running back.
Yeah, he tried out after the career was over with Dallas because he needed money. He made some bad decisions with money. He was broke.
Yeah.
He tried out, training camp, he got cut or he quit.
How embarrassing, right? After a career like Tony Dorsett, you're going to fucking go to the Ottawa Rough Riders. It's fucking
CFL.
Obscure fucking CFL in Ottawa. The motherfucker ever been in Ottawa? It's fucking nothing but fucking snow and fucking deer over there. Elk, whatever the fuck they call it. You might be able to get lucky to see Santa Claus.
Talk about frozen tundra. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You know who tried?
You know how black guys don't like the cold anyways.
Exactly.
Turn like a fucking... Anyways, go ahead.
You know who was being recruited to sign by one of the owners of the Toronto Argonauts, right? CFL. One of the owners was John Candy, the comedian, the late comedian, John Candy.
Right.
He was trying to get Joe Montana.
He's Canadian.
He was trying to get Joe Montana to sign with the Argos.
Yeah, right. That was going to happen.
Yeah, because he was part owner.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember there was the...
Yeah, it's Super Bowl play. Because look, it's John Candy sitting
there. They knew each other, right?
Right.
They knew each other. So Montana knew where Candy was sitting. That's why he made that comment.
Right.
But John Candy, this is from John Candy himself, was trying to recruit Montana to sign with the Toronto Argonauts. After this, after his...
It's ridiculous. I didn't even like the fact that Montana went to Kansas City.
And he was still pretty good.
He was.
He was still pretty good.
Fucking...
Well, Marcus Allen in Kansas City uniform, he doesn't look right.
I know, right?
Marcus is a Raider all the way through.
I know, man. But they had some falling out because, fucking...
Well, they had Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen in the same backfield.
Well, it's not just that. The fucking, what's his name? Al Davis fucking went off the deep end, dude. He lost his shit up here, okay? It totally fucked that team. Anyways, I don't want to talk about the Raiders. We'll talk about
back to Andrew Luck.
I'm sure we're going to have
I'm
sure we're going to have another football segment as the season goes on,
absolutely.
and we start to see things develop. But okay, so back to quarterbacks. So anyway, and I do want to segue to quarterbacks because I think that's a real pet peeve of mine where I see professional. To me, calling the game is not that hard. Like who's going to be successful, who's not. Like for example, Flacco went to Denver. What do you guys think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, you know why he went to Denver? Because John Elway,
Thank you.
a white quarterback, very successful, brings a guy in who's smart. He brought in Manning at the end of his career for the last 3 years. And Manning broke the touchdown record in the season with Denver by 53, 54, whatever it was.
Did Manning succumb to? I mean, did Elway succumb to any kind of pressure as far as bringing an athletic quarterback?
They've never had an athletic quarterback. He was the most athletic quarterback himself.
Exactly. And that's as far as it went, right?
Yep.
Because here's the thing, and I don't know why people are constantly trying to put a square peg into a round hole. First of all, I got a real fucking problem with the NFL or ESPN, okay, or whoever is trying to always make something racial, right? Now
Stephen A. Smith.
Now we're gonna do a whole segment on racism, so I don't want to go too much into that, okay? How people perceive it. But you just said something. You were talking about quarterback. You said he brought in a white quarterback, okay? All right. Now I don't think that having known you as a child, okay, and all your life, I know that there's no people are gonna hear that and they're gonna say that's fucking racist because you're identifying by color. Okay, I'm going to say this once right now, and then we're going to dive into this in subsequent episodes. Okay? Paul's got a big fucking head. You see the size of his cranium?
I'm not denying it.
But that's a fact. If you denied it, you'd be a fucking idiot, right? You'd be lying to yourself.
That hat would look like a yarmulke on me.
Yeah. Okay? Just so you know. Just put it on your head. Well, you're going to ruin your fucking 2 strands of hair you got? Anyways, so, all right, look. That happens to be a fact, okay? Somebody being white or black happens to be a fact. Sometimes as ease of conversation, okay, what is the implication of bringing when he said he brings a white guy? You know what he meant? What he means? Okay? But everybody knows that's in sports. The only people that are not going to know that, or they do deep inside if they really reach, are the people that are trying to create a controversy.
Right.
Okay? What you mean is the guy's he can't chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. He's not as athletic. That's what you meant.
Exactly.
Right. Well, instead of going through the whole long explanation, anybody in fucking sports knows a white guy is not as athletic as a black guy. Period. Hey, newsflash. That's a fucking compliment to black guys. Larry Bird. That's a fucking, Larry Bird, for example. That's a compliment to black athletes, I think. Okay? Anyways, so... and that's all I'm going to say about the subject right now, because I know we're going to dive deep into it at subsequent shows, and it'll be pretty fucking controversial, I think. Anyways, because we do have some strong opinions about all that. So here's the thing, and going back to positions and why I have a problem. And quarterback is the most visible of positions. Okay,
most important
in this league, I think ever. You're the statistician. You probably would prove me wrong. But I've never known a team that's won the Super Bowl has been successful without a quality quarterback. There's been some that Doug Williams maybe thing was a flash in the pan.
Trent Dilfer won with Baltimore because
that's another one. There's a couple exceptions, I'm sure, like we always talked about. Yeah. There's an exception to everything. But majority speaking, okay, if you don't have a fucking good quarterback, so what is a good quarterback?
Brad Johnson, Tampa Bay.
What is a good quarterback? That's like saying what is a good tight end?
Okay.
What is a good offensive lineman? What's the difference between a guard and a tackle? What is the difference between a good inside linebacker and an outside linebacker? You know, each position possesses different skill sets.
Correct.
Period. The quarterback position does not require amazing amounts of athleticism. It does not. What it does require, it doesn't even require height, because Drew Brees is a fucking typical example.
Baker Mayfield is not tall.
Right.
Kyler Murray.
It does not require speed. It does not require height. It does not require, the ability to even have a fucking rope of to be able to throw the ball on the rope. A superiorly strong arm. You got to be able to throw the fucking ball, obviously.
Well, Kenny Stabler wasn't fast.
But what it does require, most of all, and this is why the Patriots are successful, okay? Because they draft, in my opinion, this is how they draft. They draft on intelligence, okay? And IQ of the position, which goes hand in hand with intelligence. So, I know I'm kind of rambling on, but
no.
Let me just finish. So the point is, what's the number one thing they're looking at is intelligence. Obviously, in the quarterback position, the ability to throw the ball accurately is a big deal. Because, especially if you don't have a rocket arm, right?
Well, to read defenses.
Read defenses goes hand in hand. If you can't read a fucking defense, okay, the ability to be calm
under
duress. Because you're in the NFL, you're as a quarterback, you got to be under duress, okay, and you got to have to be able to be able to stand in there with the shit going on around you and be calm enough to be able to do your reads, right?
Wait a minute. Are you insinuating that some of these athletic quarterbacks don't go through the progressions before they take off running?
Insinuating? I'm going to talk about insinuating. And this motherfucker's, my primary's covered. Boom! Fucking gone. Fucking, where are you going, asshole?
And then the announcers say he's athletic. He makes things happen.
He makes things happen. He'll make one good play. He'll make a couple moves. He'll make a guy.
And that's why he was worthy of a number one pick.
Yeah. It's such bullshit, okay? It's such bullshit. I'm telling you, and those guys, they're so easy to plant. They keep saying that they're difficult to plant defensively, and they're not.
No.
Okay? Look at a guy who, now we're going to talk about Mahomes in a minute, okay?
Wow.
All right? Who's athletic and smart and has all the other qualities, which makes him, in my humble opinion, I think this kid was going to be a Hall of Famer. Okay, he's going to be up there with some of the top guys that ever played the game. Eventually, when this is all said and done,
barring injuries,
knock on wood, I hope the kid has a tremendous career. He's amazing. Okay, but he's an exception, and you notice he goes through these progressions. He doesn't run unless he has to.
Even when he runs, he's looking to pass it. Then he dumps it off with a sidearm throw, whatever.
Yeah, he's always looking because he understands. When I was teaching kids, I like to segue to soccer or anything like that. One of the things that I always do to when I see I have a lot of hot shots on my soccer team kids, I go, so which one of you here is fast? I'm like, yeah, I'm fast. You're fast. You think you beat the ball? Yeah. The first reaction is, yeah, I can beat anybody, right? Which is nice. I appreciate that confidence. I go, you can't beat the ball. Oh, yes, I can. I said, all right, you see, you got to race the ball, okay, to that flag, okay? Now, I'm going to give you 10-yard head start. So you go stand 10 yards ahead of it. When I say go, you're going to go, and I'm going to kick the ball. And if you get there before the ball gets, right? So you can't beat the ball. I don't give a shit how fast you are, unless you're Superman, okay? But you're not going to beat the ball, okay? You're not going to, it's just not going to happen. So,
if you're a smart player like I was, slow and smart, I would be to the ball faster than the guy who was getting the ball because I anticipated and I was cheating over.
Well, that's another. Again, intellect. Intellect has a big to do because, again, we even spoke about that at the highest levels. The athletic ability between one guy and the next guy and the next guy is so small, it's almost impossible to measure. What makes it different is their ability to, their IQ in the position, the game.
Well, why is Brady still, he's 40-something years old.
Right. So, that's interesting that I'm saying this about rattling somebody's cage and being calm in the pocket, right? So, let's talk about this. We said, he's got size, which you don't necessarily have to have.
Right.
They're wondering why he's a fucking GOAT, right? GOAT. Greatest of all time. Okay? So for those who don't know what that means. He's got the size. Okay? He's got the brains, no question about it. Okay? He knows the shit inside and out. Okay? He can read defenses, etc. One of his things is that he can be rattled if you put pressure on him.
Up the middle,
right. Which it has
no athleticism.
No athleticism whatsoever. He can't fucking chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. He would fucking, if you saw this, which that'd be great if you did, but he would laugh at it because he knows we're right, okay? He knows he doesn't have athleticism. He's not even going to fucking try. Okay. In fact, when he ran a couple of things to get a touchdown? What was it? Some record he broke?
Oh my God!
Everybody was laughing, including him. About it. It was the greatest thing ever because he's going to get a running record.
Well, okay. Peyton Manning, same thing. Height.
No, he couldn't even throw a ball.
Yeah,
it was like a flutter. Never threw a fuck spire in his life.
Yeah, he was doing the river dance in the pocket, and then boom. But great quarterback, smart as a whip, horrible athlete, horrible athlete. Same as Brady, played until into his 40s at a high level. Walked away,
Yeah. So athletic guys that play quarterback were successful. I'd say two of them that I come to mind. I think they're both Hall of Famers. I know Warren Moon is one of my all-time favorite quarterbacks,
but only used athleticism
when he had to.
Even up in Canada, he played 5 years in Edmonton, won a Grey Cup.
Steve Young.
Yeah, absolutely.
So those are the only guys who've been, in my opinion, athletic, and so now you all wait and see. I could be wrong because there's other factors. I really haven't looked at the Denver Broncos, okay, depth-wise, to see where they're at everywhere else. But you guys wait and see how Flacco is going to perform, okay? Everybody's written that guy off. I think he got the short end of the stick. I think it's a bad management decision for Baltimore, okay? And you guys see how the Baltimore guy is going to turn out, and then we'll talk about it down the road, okay? We're going to make some notes on that, and we're going to go back and evaluate to see how right or how wrong we were, okay? But Superman over there in North Carolina, right?
Who are you talking about?
Our boy over there, fuck his name is.
Oh, Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. Have you ever seen a guy throw a nice tighter ball than fucking Cam Newton?
Holy yes, he's a freak of nature, athletically.
Dude, the guy is.
As an athlete?
He's amazing.
He's huge.
As a quarterback?
Didn't he win the Heisman?
I don't know. You asked the wrong guy. I don't know what I ate 5 minutes ago. No, but they'll never get there because of that. He's not a prototypical quarterback.
No, he's on the downside of his career anyway. So
what's happened is what people don't understand is you can scheme, you can have a defensive scheme to shut people like him down. Because of their athleticism, they're going to get the one or two plays, and then of course the announcers whip out the knee pads and fucking start filleting the guy, okay? Because he made one or two fucking great plays, or they won a game.
He's exciting.
Yeah, what's that? What team?
Well, dude, let me ask you.
Tebow went to fucking Denver. Remember that?
Oh,
remember all that? Oh yeah, and everybody thought I was such a Debbie Downer or whatever they call that, because I go, that shit ain't gonna last.
Tim Tebow?
Yeah, it ain't gonna last. This is a joke. He's done. I said, oh yeah, he's gonna. Yeah,
but did you ever notice? Speaking of Tebow, right? He does he looks up and he does he's a religious guy.
A religious guy, yeah.
So, did you ever notice in sports, football, any sport, when you interview a guy who had just had a good game, they thank God, the Lord Jesus, but they never talk to him about when they, Jesus made me fumble that ball, the Lord tripped me up behind the line of scrimmage.
He's such an idiot.
Think about it.
He's such an idiot.
But when they do well, it's thank God. But if they do bad, they don't.
Well, they thank God for their athletic talent.
I know.
Okay. Because God doesn't sit there and go, oh, yeah, I'm going to fumble risky. Or, make a move to the left.
It builds character.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
But here's the thing. Athletic quarterbacks. Drew Brees, barely 6 feet, if that. They'll say 6'1", but I don't think so.
No.
I
like to step the next one.
Maybe with cleats on. But he's been a quarterback for how many years now? All these athletes, quote unquote, that come after him, nobody has had a chance to supplant him. Why is that?
Why is it that
for 18 years?
Why is it that the greatest quarterbacks that have ever played the game,
Phillip Rivers, he's been there forever.
Yeah. He's an uncoordinated white dude.
Yeah, he throws the ball kind of like a shot put. But
yeah, he throws. I mean, like I personally can't stand the guy, but it seems, from what I'm told, he's a really nice guy and obviously a hell of a player. I think he forces the ball a little too much.
Yep. You know who I thought was?
I don't think he's the sharpest pencil in the box.
No.
I think he's good at
You know who was
I think he works real hard. I think he's been playing long enough where he's seen a lot and he understands defenses really, really well. But I think the problem that he has is if it's a scheme that they change in the middle of the play, like his adjustment reads during the play after the snap are not real good. He's not very bright.
You know what I like the most about Rivers? I'll go on record. What I really admire about the guy, he's a family guy, number one.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got 9 kids, I think, with one woman. What a concept, huh?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that on another show.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I think that Andrew Luck, just to wrap, we're going to have to wrap it up pretty soon. But Andrew Luck, I think he made the right decision. He seems to be, I think the Colts are on board with it. I think they have been. I think everybody knew he was coming down. I think it's his mental health more than anything. His ability to be able to cope with all the downturns that are being thrown at him as far as injuries. And
you know what somebody said?
His inability to be able to do some things. Okay, so
somebody said on this one of the TV guys, Gronkowski, they anticipate him coming back. They anticipated Luck coming back.
No.
Did you know that Gronkowski, right after Luck retired, 2 days later, he went on the air and said he is so at peace with his decision because of the toll that the body has taken.
Fucking listen. You ever hear? It's like Sylvester Stallone, right? Sylvester Stallone. They think because of the way the guy talks, he's got a little droopy lip or whatever the fuck it is. They think he's a dumb fucker. Obviously, the guy's brilliant. Okay. The same thing with Andrew Luck because the way he looked, the way he talked. Obviously, we know he's brilliant. Gronkowski, classic example. That big fucking ogre. Okay, the way he talked. That guy, from what I understand, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I understood is he didn't have, I don't know if he had a girlfriend or not. He's not married. Okay?
Well, would he?
No, not married. He lived in a very conservative, like, apartment. like he paid, like, rent, like, you know, people, like, just an apartment, dude. Just a fucking apartment. I don't know exactly what that was, but not this elaborate shit. Never spent money on fancy cars and all this bullshit.
Saved everything.
Everything. I heard that he's got like $50 million in the bank, dude.
They said he never spent $1 of his salary.
Right.
And now endorsements, you know, that kind of. He lived with it. Somebody said he lived in a house with 500 people.
Right. He had roommates or something like that. Yeah. An apartment or something.
But they say he's a cheap motherfucker.
Yeah.
But smart as a.
No, he saved his fucking money.
Right.
Knowing that, hey, tomorrow, the guy could blow my knee out. Okay? I was watching some preseason football, which, wow, I wouldn't even qualify as watching.
No, that's not
I was fucking going through the channels. I saw, hey, let me see it play. And the guy gets chop blocked, dude, on the line.
Done.
You know? What the fuck? Okay? I shoot the guy. Okay?
And he was a guy trying to make the team as a rookie. Can you imagine? They just invented his entire life. Right. No education to fall back on.
Nothing. Because the guy chop blocked.
And then they cut him, of course, because there's no
correct.
Of course, business.
It's business, dude. You know, it's not a charity.
Put him on the physically unable to perform list.
We got a few minutes.
Okay.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Zeke.
What do you think about his holdout?
Well, first of all, I have a problem with this because.
Oh, okay.
No, I do. I have a problem with this because he's still in his rookie contract. Honor the fucking contract. Michael Jordan. Let me give you an example. I'm going to go to extreme here. Michael Jordan was like the third highest paid guy in the Chicago Bulls. Third highest paid on the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan. You know why? Because he wanted to honor the contract that he signed, right? They signed some other guys. In the meantime, Tony Kukoc and a couple of other guys paid him higher. Did Jordan complain? He could have held out to get anything he wanted. He honored the contract and then he got paid way above everybody else. That's what I admire. Zeke is on the rookie contract. Play your contract out. You sign a contract.
Again, it's a business. Okay, look, I agree with you. Ethically speaking, I do agree with you. And what was that? I think it was Scarface again. We go, if only people would do business the right way, tell me.
These things wouldn't happen.
These things wouldn't happen, right? But they don't. And there's a reason why they don't. There are some things that you can excuse. So, dude, I'm a fucking running back. I'm getting pounded. Okay? If I don't get the money now, where I'm at the top of my game, tomorrow I could go play for the rookie contract. Guy blows my knee out. Okay? Guy blows my knee out. Hold on. I'm done.
But that's the Players Association negotiated those rookie contracts.
Okay, I understand. There's two sides to every story, right? I'm trying to present both sides.
Well, there's an answer.
There's an answer for that too, Tony. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with you at this point. I will give you my opinion, what I do agree, what I don't agree. But what they're forgetting though, okay, that Jones is a fucking businessman.
Good businessman.
A good businessman. The one thing about that fucking guy, or any good businessman, you're not gonna blackmail him. He doesn't give a fuck who
Hold
you
him
are.
a ransom?
He doesn't give a fuck who you are. Okay? Didn't Michael Irvin try to fuck around with him and send him on his way? Who was it? No. That was that other asshole. There was a mouthpiece in Dallas.
He let Emmitt Smith go.
He let Emmitt Smith go. Right.
The greatest runner of all time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that shit.
Well, yardage-wise, he was, but...
Okay. Yeah, greatest runner of all time.
But out of principle, he signed with St. Louis or Arizona.
Barry Sanders,
Arizona Cardinals.
Marcus Allen, fucking...
It's business.
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. went to San Francisco to play.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson. I mean, there's a lot of great runners. Jim Brown. All kinds of fucking guys. That's broad fucking brush. Anyways, but he ain't gonna fuck around. Okay? You're not gonna hold him on ransom. You gotta know who you're dealing with. And some of these guys...
You don't think you're given? You don't think you're signing for a bigger contract?
Who?
Elliott. Jones will give him a contract before the season starts.
No.
I'm predicting he will.
You are? Okay. Well, you're on record here. You know that, right?
I am on record.
And I'm not. I will tell you right now. You know what he said yesterday? He goes, as a team, if we are to move forward, we need to be able to play with any kind of setback, or else we'll never move forward. He goes, what is the difference if somebody is in a holdout and is not playing, or they just had an injury? What does that mean? I have a team because my starting running back just got his knee, he had a season-ending surgery, not career-ending surgery. He's got to have surgery, so he's out for the season. Now, my season, the whole team's season, is shot? No.
But dude, they got 20 yards rushing in the game, the last preseason
fucking
game.
preseason.
No, I understand that.
It's fucking preseason.
But believe
you got
me,
the last fucking guys trying to make the team fucking out there blocking.
Without him, they're a different team. What, are you going to rely on Dak to beat you with his arm?
Well, that's the problem. That's their biggest problem.
No, the biggest problem is you got to pay Dak, you got to pay Amari Cooper, you got to pay Zeke. You can't take up 30% of your salary cap space with 3 players.
Well, first of all, he's paying. The problem I have with Jones is that he's paying guys that are not, they're not worth the money. Dak is not that good of a quarterback.
I was never
never a fan. Again, it goes back to, but his athleticism is not, let's say like some of the other guys. So he's not, I'm not quite sure what the guy is. He's not exactly a pocket passer, but he's not athletic enough to be anything else.
He's strong as a
He's
bull.
strong as a fucker, okay? I look at him and I go, well, yeah, he'd make a great tight end.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, solid, right? He'd make a great fucking outside linebacker, you know what I mean? Quick and, but a quarterback?
I don't buy into
Quarterback? Does he look like a quarterback to you?
No.
Okay?
I don't buy into Jason Garrett, the coach.
Garrett, I was really high on Garrett when he was an assistant.
Puppet? Can you say puppet?
Under Jimmy Johnson.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so. Jimmy Johnson, I'm almost positive. When he first came on board, I think he was,
he was a backup quarterback for Dallas.
He was burnt. I think that it took a while before Jones decided to make him a head coach. I think he burned him out. I think he got fucked up. The systems changed. He got some bad ideas. Had he continued what Jimmy Johnson started, I think it would have been. I'm almost. You guys correct me. If somebody correct me or research it, because I think that. I think he was an assistant to Jimmy Johnson. But then I lost my confidence because I saw some decision making that they.
Here's a prediction for you.
Really, really, really bad.
Zeke will sign before the season starts.
Yeah.
Jason Garrett will be gone by the end of this year.
Oh,
Jason Garrett will be gone, and he'll step down because that's the right thing to do for you. Because he's Jared Jones' boy.
No.
He'll step down. He'll resign to pursue other interests. That's my prediction. I'll go on record.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, but your prediction doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Because why do you think Garrett's going to resign?
Because they're not that good.
You really think that Garrett has any say?
They're 9-7 every year for crying out loud.
Do you think? But why?
Because
fuck.
We got to run.
But why? Real quick. But why?
I just don't think they got a great offensive line. I just don't think he's that good of a coach.
No. But why do you think he's going to get fired? Because they're going to be 9-7. Because of what reason?
Because he is what he is.
He's a puppet.
Exactly.
So you know it's.
But
I call it the
pressure. The pressure from the.
There's been 2 coaches that I can remember that have ruined their football teams. Okay, 2 coaches. All right, Al Davis, Jerry Jones. The greatest.
Parcells to the Dolphins. It was a joke.
Okay, well, yeah, but Parcells was always a genius. He did it for his own selfish reasons.
Right.
That's a whole different. I'm talking about owners. Okay, owners. Jerry Jones and Al Davis. Okay, 2 of the greatest franchises in the NFL. They destroyed. They basically destroyed. One is America's team, and the other one can be argued was America's team at some point. Okay, right? The Raiders. I mean, they were
the other side of the track. America's team.
Yeah, whatever the case may be. Okay, I mean, they're my team. I mean, I used to love the team, but look, the number of coaches that went through, the number of quarterbacks. All of a sudden, Al Davis wanted to, I'm the racial equality guy. Let's draft guys based on color. Okay. Next year, I got guys. I mean, what was that fucking quarterback he drafted from Tennessee? Was he from Tennessee or
Louisiana? Jamarcus Russell.
Thank you.
He's like 300 pounds now.
Worthless as shit. As tits on a board. Worthless. If that guy was what the fuck? Look, here's the problem. All these great coaches, Flores. Okay, I could go on. And Madden. Lately, Chucky left because of fucking Davis. Okay, let the guy take you. The guy rebuilt your fucking franchise. Leave him the fuck alone, dude.
Well, what did Jimmy Johnson do with Dallas?
Exactly?
Yeah,
okay,
egos.
Right? No, it's not egos, dude. If I hire you to do a job, look,
he did it great.
No. Here's the thing, you hire somebody to do any job, let him do the fucking job. Okay, you hire him to produce results. Let him do the job. Oh. If I come in and start telling you what to do, when not to do it, fucking Jerry Jones thinks he knows best.
Right.
Just like Al Davis, you best.
He can't put his ego on the shelf, man. He can't do it.
Look what's happening with the Raiders. So the old man kicks the fucking bucket. The son takes over. The son's smart enough to realize, hey, you know what?
Bring him back.
No. The son is smart enough to realize I need to fucking get the coach that can fucking get the job done. Right? And get the fuck away from there and do front office shit. Okay? Sign the checks. And let the guy do his job. So next thing you know, all of a sudden, the chapters get to be written, okay, on Chucky and the Raiders, but there's moves being made. There's a lot of them are debatable and all that sort of stuff. Jerry Jones is still fucking around with the team.
He's a player's owner.
The reason why Gary's there, and I don't agree with you, he's going to be the scapegoat one day.
He will be the scapegoat. Okay? That's why he'll be gone.
The only reason why Dak is there, Gary was a fucking quarterback. Are you trying to tell me Jason Garrett doesn't know what it takes to be a quarterback, what he needs as a quarterback? Is that what you're going to tell me? He's that useless? Listen, he might not be the greatest coach around, okay? But he was the backup quarterback of who?
Aikman.
So you're trying to tell me he doesn't know
he knows
what it takes to be a great quarterback? He has no choice because you know what? Jerry Jones likes Dak. Okay, so Dak is going to fucking stay there. And Dak is not going to take the fucking blame. Okay? All right? And guess what?
But Dak needs Zeke to be somewhat successful to take the pressure off.
Oh, no, because Jerry Jones is actually hard-headed enough to say, oh, guess what? No, you don't. Because we should be able to run the ball with other people,
well, we'll see.
Because blah, 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 blah. Wait. So at the end of the day, somebody's going to have to be the fall guy. Because the team is not going to fall apart because Jerry Joe's not going to back down on that. I'm telling you on the Zach deal. I guarantee you, he's not. He's not going to play. In fact, I'll go with a limb and say he'll get rid of him. Okay, he's so high on fucking Dak. Okay, and what's going to happen is Garrett's going to take the fall. That I do agree with you. Okay, all right. Unless Jerry Jones doesn't think he can get another puppet because he doesn't want some guy. He doesn't want a good coach.
Let me wrap it up by saying not only is Jones going to sign Zeke before the season starts, he's also going to forgive all the penalties because it's like $50,000 a day or some ridiculous amount. He's going to forgive that as well.
All right. Well, listen, guys. That was our. Obviously, as you can see, we could keep going about football. There's a lot to talk about. We only talked about, a couple of people and a couple of teams, and we burned up over an hour. So it's a non. We're gonna have another one in mid-season, I think.
Oh, we'll talk about it.
To see, or at least certainly we're gonna mention after we.
Any other sports you guys want to talk about?
Let us know. We're gonna do some other. I don't know what other. What's the next episode going to be on, but I can assure you it's going to be a little bit more controversial.
Be a lot more fun.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. We'll see you next time.